Let me go ahead and get over here and shrink my big mug down. Here we go. Awesome, awesome. I ain't even gonna waste time with y'all. I'm about to get y'all right into the sauce today. Let me go ahead and get over here and shrink my big mug down. Let's jump right into it. All right. And why am I clear? Like you can see through me or something. I don't know what's going on. I swear I fixed it and then it turns me clear. Like it does what it want to do. Listen, OBS is on something different. I'm telling you. I even had to like cut my microphone back on and it was weird. It's doing what it want to do. I don't know what's up with technology lately. All right. Let's see. Let's bring it on. You got the color fix. Yeah, but then it makes me opaque. It is some bull junk. For real. Feeling like Coach D, I like get some bull junk, give me one of them wings. Let me see here. What's going on, Leah? Hey, we got Maria in the building. Let's go, let's go. We got Crypto EJ in the building. We got Crypto in the building. What's going on, Leah? Why you live? What up, Joya? We got Flores in the building. What's going on, Albert? Let me see. We got Danny in the house. What's going on, Wilson? All right, bet it up. So, listen, quick refresh of old coin gecko. We got Bitcoin hanging out at 34,000, Ethereum at around 1,800, Tether at $1. Who would have thunk it? BNB at around 227, XRP at 58 cents. So XRP is looking pretty good right now. We got USDC at 99 cents. Looking at some of the top performers for the last 24 hours. Robit, Thorchain, Solana, BitTorrent, Pepe. We got Algorand, Cosmos, XRP, and Monero. All right. So for the most part, market's looking pretty good. Bitcoin's just leading the way. Honestly, that's what it really all boils down to. When we take a look at our, let me see here, our breakdown of GMX. Let's see where we at, fam. Let's see. We're pretty far off right now. All right. So we got GMX at around, and if anybody who's new doesn't know why I'm doing this right now, this gives us a good barometer of where we are in the market and if we may end up seeing a big move in the other direction, right? So normally what I want to do is I want to come to GMX, I want to see what the open interest is, and I want to see if the long or short positions are around 83% of the open interest. And how do I do that? I'll put in the open interest and I'll round it. So we got around like $133 million, right? What I want to do is I want to times that by 0.85 and then I'll get around 13. So if I don't see anything close to that 13, we're good. We shouldn't see anything crazy happening pretty much. So yeah, everything right now is pretty much looking, where it needs to be. I know, man, I don't know why they got me over here looking like a ghost. It's weird. It's like it just does what it want to do. Let me see something here. Opacity. Yeah, that's all the way filled up. Go to color correction, opacity, all the way filled up. I don't know, man. I don't know. The gamma's good. The brightness is good. Yeah. Like right here, it does that thing where it like wants me to be clear, but I won't let it. Yeah, I don't get it, man. It does what it wants to do. It definitely does. Maybe that's a little bit better. Somewhat. How y'all feel about that? That look better? Okay, we'll roll with that. All right, cool. All right, sweet. It's perfect. Sweet. All right. That has to go do what it do because for some odd reason it thinks blue is green. It does its thing. All right, so 85 has to be 85%, Albert. 85. All right, so I want to share something with y'all, but here's the problem. Okay, now hear me out. I don't like indicators. Okay, I don't. But I like the fact that it gives us a good idea of strength. It gives us a good idea of momentum. They're really good at what they do. Okay. Now, in this instance, I'm going to share something with y'all. Okay. But I can't give y'all the indicator yet because I ain't done working with it. Okay. So just let me work, get it where I need it. And then because I know I always give y'all the sauce. I'm not going to hide nothing from y'all. But I want to get it where I need it first because I'm going to show y'all the indicator. I'm going to show y'all what it is. And then from there, you let me know how you feel. Okay? Fair? All right. The magic session with Kurt. I'll be trying to keep it simple, man. And here's the deal. Like, you guys are noticing, like right now, I got like 65 people right now on the session with me, right? And man, my thing is glitching. Is it glitching for you guys on your screens? Like when I move, it's like stutter stepping on mine's. Okay, like I'm gonna show you what mine looks like. Like when I move, it's like look at the like it's doing something weird on my screen. I don't know why it's doing that, but hopefully it's not doing that on you guys' screen. All right, like the Matrix glitch or something, right? Where does the 0.85 come from? It's just showing a certain amount of dominance. That's all, just 85%. That's all. Because if it's 95%, we're usually too late. So I've noticed right around like 85 to 90% is when it usually gives us a big move. And I'll kind of if you're new and you don't know what it is or why I'm explaining it this way. Normally, big money comes into the market, and usually when we see the market moving in one direction, you'll see a ton of money come in and just sell in the opposite direction or buy in the opposite direction. Typically, they like to wipe out retail traders, right? Me, you, and everybody else that trades from their computers, right? These banks and hedge funds and institutions come in and they can short squeeze and long squeeze a lot of people. So I like to make sure that we're not going to get caught on the wrong side of it. And I like to give you guys things that you can be monitoring as well. So when you're looking at the market and you're seeing things get a little interesting, like, yeah, we may have some more room to the upside, but I want to be mindful of not being caught in the herd, if that makes sense, right? Because in crypto, we get all this transparency, and I want you guys to be able to see like what the open interest looks like, so that way you can know, okay, if too many people are leaning into the long side, too many people are leaning into the short side, I don't want to get caught in that euphoria of like, yeah, this is amazing, it's gonna always go up, and it's like, yeah, nah, you want to get your money and get out of there, right? So it gives you a good idea of kind of just checking that mental temperature, making sure you're not getting too caught up in the hype as well, and all that kind of stuff. All right, and I really do believe that GMX is going to be a big deal in the next big bull run. And I really want you guys to get used to this name and this website and coming over here and just utilizing. That's why one of the reasons why I put it on the list, because I'm like, yeah, I think this project is going to be major moving forward, and people just aren't really paying attention to it. Like to see 100 billion moving through it now in like some low volume times, I'm like, yeah, this is actually pretty healthy numbers for an exchange where there's not a lot of attention in the DeFi space right now. So definitely want to keep an eye on this one. I think it's going to do some big things. So just want to get you guys used to it, so it won't be something like no one's ever talked to me about GMX. Like, yeah, we definitely have. So just making sure you guys are plugged in. Now, the thing that I want to talk to you guys about, right? And it's not this. We already talked about the divergence indicator. This is an amazing indicator. It breaks down strength and stuff like that. But when I talk to you guys about Bitcoin and where we are and how things are moving and how things are all shaking out, I want to make sure you guys are paying attention to certain things. And for me, I want to be able to explain it in a way where it's simplistic and you guys can follow along. So when we talk about our portfolios, we have to know the timing that we need to get in and out of projects, the timing we need to be able to know when it's time to buy, when it's time to sell, when it's time to dollar cost average, when you want to kind of stay on the sideline and just chill out a little bit. It's really important, right? So one of the things, let me see here, which one is this one? Let me see. Did I put it on this one? Or did I put it on this one? Oh, it's other chart. I got you. So over here, because I had it on this one. Right here, you'll notice I got two indicators, okay? And I'm on the monthly. Now, I want to show you guys something, all right? We got bull run territory. I'm going to just do this real quick so you guys can see. Bull run started here. We're going to make that one green for bull run, okay? Bull run started right up in, let's say right up in here. Like that was phase one, right? The breakout, right? Like breakout territory. All right, we're going to get rid of these two because I'm going to redraw all of this stuff later on. All right, and right now, pretty much right in that same area of like breakout territory over here as well, okay? And then we want to talk about when the bear market started up, right? So let's say right here is like the first phase of the bear. We'll put that red. That was the beginning of the bear. So we know red is the beginning of the bear. Right here was the first sign of the bear right there. And obviously we got a bit of the bear right there. Okay. So red is beginning of the bear, green is beginning of the bull. Beginning of the bear, beginning of the bull, beginning of the bear, beginning of the bull. Now, pay attention to what you're seeing right here, okay? Because I want to be very clear about what I'm showing you guys right now. All right. This was a scenario where this top indicator was really good at letting us know when the market was pretty much done running to the upside. Okay. Like you'll see here, right when this crossed, right here on the monthly, this thing was done, right? Down to the downside. When this red crossed below the green, it was a wrap. All right. We came up and retested it. No go. Dropped off again. Right here, we had that big drop off at around like 64 ish, and we ran back up to almost like 67, almost 70, right? Right here, it told us bull run's done. And even on the pull back up, didn't even give us a higher move. Showed the strength was weakening and kept dropping, right? Now, right here is that confirmation that yes, we are in the bull run, right? But notice how even in the bull run here, it's the first phase. We consolidated, and then bang, we broke out here and ran to the upside, okay? Over here, we're looking to see something similar when we get back above the orange line. So when red crosses above orange, we're officially in the bull run. When red crosses above green, we're officially back inside the bull run, okay? So it gives us a bit of a gauge of how to navigate this. Now, I haven't gotten done testing everything out right now. I want to make sure I can give you guys all of this in a way where it's duplicatable and you can utilize it. Same thing back here. You can see if I move this back even further, this was letting us know this was the beginning of the bull run, right? Even here, let's say this one, we thought this might have been the beginning of the bull, right? The beginning of the bull really was right here, right? It says, yeah, that's the first phase. But this, when we broke above, red broke above green, that was it right there. Same thing here. Red broke above green. We're in the beginning of the bull, right? So we're in a scenario now where we're just waiting to see, but we need this last confirmation to pretty much give us that. That's what I'm waiting for right now. So I'm not trying to give you guys a bunch of indicators to run around and utilize. I just want to make sure you guys are all seeing what I'm seeing and how I'm navigating this right now, because I really want to be precise when I give you guys stuff. And I don't want to be like, oh yeah, here, take this, it's great. Like, nah, I want it to matter. I really want it to click, and I want it to really like hit like it's supposed to. So there are some things right now we're waiting on, because obviously we know coming up this week, we got our boy Jerome gonna be hitting the stage, right? November the 1st, coming up on Wednesday. So we know we got Jerome doing his thing Wednesday. That's probably going to be one of the biggest catalysts we got right now that's going to push the market. So for the most part, yeah, be patient. See here, I noticed on the DeLorean TDI on the 2-week time frame, we're coming out of volatility bands close to 7 days. This time it happened. We went parabolic for the last bull run. Yeah, Titan. So we are getting close to some levels. I mean, we know we're getting close. We're past the breakout stage. We did the whole consolidation. We did the breakout, and we know it's coming. But I want to make sure that you guys are plugged in right where it matters. So when it's time for us to start jumping off the porch and grabbing a bunch of projects and getting in and getting out, you can do it with confidence. Okay? Like it's because I know you've been here, Titan. Like you got some. You're a little long in the tooth in the crypto space. Like this ain't your first go round. So we know you're used to seeing a certain feeling and getting into that momentum when the market's getting ready to finally do its thing. So a lot of newer students that this is maybe their first bear market and their first bull run and leading into a bull run, they're like, dude, I just want to know when to go. I'm just ready to go. And it's like, yeah, you gotta like give people a little bit more information than you guys. So I know for you guys that have been here, this is like, Kurt, can we just get to the part? And I'm like, I know, dog, I know, I'm with you. But when we got newer students, you really want them to be on the same page with you. And the waiting part is a little like, I'm ready. Even some of the newer students are like, bro, I'm ready. I'm like, you think you ready until that bad boy start moving. And for anybody that's been here for a while, like, and I want people to know this too, for anybody that's been here for a while, right, put in the chat if you wish you would have done better in the last few bear markets you were in, or in the last few bull runs you were in, right? Put a 111 if you wish you did better. Put a 333 if you feel like you killed it, right? Like I could have done no better, right? Like I was perfect the last bull run. Because 111 is pretty much where we all are, right? We all wanted to really get the most out that last run, right? And I need people to know, like, you think you ready, you really do, and then when you in it, it's a different game. It's like going to the playoffs. You like, man, I'm about to go in here, we about to win this ring, and you get in that first round, you like, we might get eliminated. Like, yeah, dog. You gotta be ready. Like there were folks that were getting wrecked during the bull run. All right. This will be your first bull run. Yeah, exact. So beautiful, beautiful. And you're gonna have a phenomenal time. Like the bull run's fun, but it ain't easy. And a lot of people they think it's gonna be like this super kickback and just put your feet up and let it do what it do. And I'm like, yeah, no, nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that either. Like you really got to be plugged in when the bull run, even more than the bear market, honestly, because we know the bear market's the bear. Like when it's flattening out, we pay attention a little bit more. Okay, it's consolidating. Let's see where it's going to turn around. If we get some consolidation and a little bit of breakout, we start seeing the BOS. Then you pretty much got your answer, right? Like with the bear market, it's not a lot of hard work. You know what's coming. You short it and you ride it down on your MT4. Do a nice risk management on it. Get in, get out, get in, get out. Right? You find your ways out of the market. Right? You get into stable coins in your portfolio and you wait out the next run. Right? It's not that difficult stuff. But when you get into that bull run, it's gonna be so many projects that's gonna pop up and get you excited and have you all over the place mentally. Y'all gonna be in the chat asking me question after question after question about projects that just don't do much. Honestly, like it'll be one of those things where it's like, oh man, dude, I'm so excited about and I'm like, yeah, but it's not what you think. It's just not what you think. Like you need to be more excited about the process of duplication as opposed to all the noise in the bull run. All right, hey, what's going on, blockchain? See here, it's also my first bear market, and it's also not. You see what I mean, Albert? Like there are folks that hate it. They hate the bear market. They can't stand it. And I'm like, why are you mad about something that's gonna happen anyway? Right? It's like sitting around being mad about winter. Yes, I live in Michigan. Our winters are rough, but I'm not mad at it. I'm like, it is what it is. I knew what I was getting myself into when I kept living here. Right? Like it's fine. Right? Go sledding, right? Make a snowman, have a snowball fight, enjoy yourself, right? But don't be sitting around just griping because it's gonna snow. It's coming whether you like it or not. So with the bear market, you find your areas to take advantage of it in, right? You ride the fear, you let people be, oh my God, no, like everybody having a home alone moment, and you sitting there laughing the whole time, like, bro, just sell. Like, why are you complaining? Just take the sale. Like, it's not that hard. Make money as it drops. Duh. But, it takes a while for people to get there. It says, what's your best advice for a newbie? So, if anything, I would just say be very patient with yourself, right? Don't rush yourself. Don't feel like you should know everything, or if it gets a little confusing and you start trying to mix NFTs with DeFi, and then you want to stake, and then you want to liquidity provide, and you want to come over here to these decentralized exchanges, and then you want to come back over to a regular exchange. Like all of it seems like it's a lot, more than likely because it is, but just be patient. All of this stuff makes sense in due time. We cover all of it on the sessions. Just be patient. Write down notes. If there's something that you don't understand, bring it to us in the class. Write it in the chat. We'll answer it for you. Especially like with myself, like Mike, Nick, Corinne, Nancy. Like if you're in the chats consistently, like yeah, we'll answer it. Even in the chat, our chat is probably one of the most helpful chats anywhere you can look for information. Like everybody here is super nice. Nobody's gonna be rude to you or get on you about not knowing something. Like we're all at different places in our journey. So the chat is probably one of the best places to make friends if you're looking to get into that environment. And we do the mindset stuff too. So it's not like you're gonna come here and just get chart and hope it makes sense. Like we talk about making sure you have the right attitude towards it and you have a certain amount of attention towards certain things where you're not allowing distractions to creep in and get you, just discouraged. Because it happens, right? You start something and it doesn't come as quickly as you want it to, and you get a little discouraged, and then all it takes is like a bad trade or two, and now you're like, oh, I'm done with it, I quit. And I'm like, nah, don't do that. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Everything we know is coming towards this space. All the banks are getting on board. All of the countries are getting on board. Everybody's building blockchain infrastructure right now. Don't get frustrated with it when you know what's going to dominate anyway. All right, so just be patient with yourself is probably the best advice I can give you. And along your journey, it'll just start to click and make more sense. And then after that, you're in there. You're in there. And then you get excited, too, once you really understand it. Because you realize how far ahead you are of everybody else in the world. Because they're going to be trying to figure out like what a wallet is in the next like 3-4 years. And you're going to be laughing like, bro, y'all don't even know what the wallet is? Y'all don't even know what public keys and private keys are. Yeah, that's a lot. Y'all haven't even got y'all email game up yet. Like y'all just using Gmails for this stuff. Ooh, sheesh. Right? So it's important that you do stuff the right way the first time. To see here, we just like a hippie commune. I mean, a little bit. Yeah, it's a lot of love in here for sure. I agree with you with that, Pete, for sure. All right, so we know we got Jerome Powell coming up this week. We know that's going to affect the market. So do I expect to see any kind of crazy wild price action? Not really. Not really. Like even right now, right? Let me go over here. Even right now in this area, man, everything I put on the chart is on here. That's cool. All right, so everything that I'm looking at now, it really is just boiling down to where are we at right now in the market, right? And let me go ahead and just high point down to the low point. I think we're headed. I think we're headed up here to that 50% 618 zone for the sellers. All right. And honestly, I feel like this right now has been one of the, and I think honestly, this is right now is probably one of the best times for new people to be here. And some of you guys aren't going to understand, but I'm going to explain this to you. All right. So do your best to try to hear me. And I'm not going to make it confusing for you. I'm not. Down here, this is the divergence indicator. You can actually go up here to the top on indicators and you can grab this and put this on your chart, right? Nothing crazy about it. But you'll notice as the market was working itself up, the divergence indicator gauges strength in the market, okay? So this gave us a good idea of strength. So we knew this was one of the strongest points where the market got to, and we started seeing selling pressure come in. And even though we kept moving higher on the chart, we saw the strength getting weaker. Now, it's very important because now we're already ahead of the curve. We already know, somebody's going to get trapped in that buy up there because I'm already seeing lower highs and lower lows on this strength indicator down here. And this 50 line is just a momentum area, right? We know if this is above the 50 line, if the blue line's above the 50 line, we're pretty much in bull market territory. Notice right here, the moment we got above this area and stayed above, the bull run, I told you the bull run began here. It's like stage one of the bull run. We got solidified in the bull run over here. And notice what happened. We stayed clean above the 50 line all the way until we knew for sure that that bear market was kicking in. And after the bear market kicked in, we stayed below, stayed below, stayed below, stayed below, dropped off. And then we did what? Broke back above. Bull run started off. That was the first phase of the bull run kicking off, right? We got that breakout, back and forth, and then we finally broke above, stayed above. Whole bull run, stayed above, stayed above, stayed above. And then all of a sudden, what do we see? The weakness kicking in. Boom, working itself lower, bear market, right? And now we saw the market try to come back up, make a new high, but what do we see? This high and a higher high. Let me move this sideways so you guys can see. We had a high and a higher high on the chart, but we had a high and a lower high on the divergence indicator, right? So we know it was diverging. We had a difference in strength. Now we start seeing the market break below, and now we're in full-fledged bear market territory. Right, and now what do we see again? The same thing, that beginning phase where we break out, kind of bounce back and forth, and now we're well above. I want to share this with you as well. Pay attention to the trajectory right now of what I'm going to show you guys. I've done this before, but for my new students, I just want to show you again. Yes, I can put a trend line on this strength. And notice what happened with this strength indicator, right? High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We got close and tested it, broke back down, sideways, sideways, and what happened? Big break right at the trend line, right? Right at the trend line, we got a big break. Big run above. Now we're above the 50, and now we want to test, hold it, come back, break below slightly. So it's that bit of noise we get right after we finally break above, right? Let me go back over to the chart. Right after we finally get into a bull run territory, we break above, pull back, break above, and we see if we're going to continue to hold. And notice it's not overnight running to the upside. It's just slowly running, slowly running. Every time we see price come back down here, guess what these are? Anybody want to take a wild guess what these opportunities are down here? All right, well, I guess kind of said it's opportunity, right? These right here are your entries or your areas of entry you want to start looking for, right? When price starts coming down to these kind of zones, these are the areas we want to really pay attention to, right? When we get close to our areas down here, We want to pay attention to these areas, these zones down here by the 50. Okay? Really important when you understand how this stuff goes. Because when I go back, notice what happened here. Price was holding, had a little bit of a dip, potential entry. Price broke above, pulled back down, potential entry, right? Price broke above, pulled back down right up in here, potential entry. Price broke above, pulled back down right up in here, potential entry. So you're noticing all of these. I mean, it's fibs. I can show you guys over and over and over. This is a low point to a high point. This is a low point to a high point, right? This is a low point to a high point. And if I sat here and just drew boxes out at every one of these little green and gold zones, you'll see for yourself. Okay? This is an area. Boom. Green and gold zone. This is an area. Green and gold zone. This is an area. Boom. All right. You get rid of the fibs. Area of entry. Area of entry. Area of entry. How convenient. I just drag it over. Right? How convenient. How convenient. And all this is telling us, pay attention. You're near an area. Pay attention. You're near an area. Pay attention. You're near an area. So my thing is, I don't necessarily like utilizing these for entries. I like utilizing these for strength, right? And what time frame am I on right now, guys? All right, let me know what time frame I'm on right now. Pomegranate juice be slapping, man. I am hooked on this place and this pomegranate juice. I swear, man, it is so good. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see here. Weekly, let's go. So, am I looking for an entry on the weekly? Let me know in the chat. Am I looking for an entry? No, not at all. Yeah, it's a place in Detroit called Vera Juice. That, man, is so good. All right, exactly. So we use the weekly to box up this area, and then I can go down to a lower time frame, and now I have a roadmap and I have an area to pay attention to. Right? Hope you get your commission. Me too, right? I need to be getting sponsored by these people. I buy this stuff like every week. I be going ham in here. It's so good though. All right, so especially and it's froze right now. I'm trying to like break the chunks up. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to drink this when this is over with. Yes. Okay. I just listen. I keep looking over at it. You're like, oh my god. All right. Telling you. All right, here. So what I'm telling you guys is, on the weekly, we'll draw our Fibonacci out, right? We'll come in here, right? We'll come in here and say, all right, I got a low point to a high point. So I'll come in and I'll get my low to high for my fib, all right? And I'm just simply gonna box up these little areas, right? The green and the gold, right? This little green line to the gold line. And I'm gonna put a box right there. This box needs to be green too, because it's for buyers. There you go. Same thing for this one. And that's it. And then once I get my area boxed up, I'm now going down to a lower time frame. I mean, you can go to a 4 hour, you can go to a 30-minute, you can go to an hourly and look for your entries in here. I personally love the 30-minute. It's so nice. It gives you really small areas of error. Like you can come in and say, hey, I want to take a trade on 30-minute, and I'm gonna have a 30-minute stop loss with a weekly take profit. It's some next level stuff, and I've shown this over and over and over in my class. This has been like, honestly, this has been like my claim to fame. Like when I show people how to do this, they're like blown away. Like, oh, snap! I didn't know that. And you do the same exact thing I've done here on the lower time frame. You find your area, draw it out again, and then you find your entry point. Stop loss goes just below your areas, and then boom, you're good to go. All right, and I mean, I'll do plenty more classes on it. Don't worry, this is not one of those rare things that I show you guys every now and then. It's just I like to layer it on top of what I'm showing you. So when I'm showing you guys, hey, take your time, find your areas, and look for these. Right now, it works the same way in reverse. Right, if I'm seeing high point to low point and prices pulling back up to my 50 line, I'm looking for an entry. High point to low point, prices pulling back up to my 50 line, I'm looking for an entry. But I'm looking for it on the sell side because I'm below the 50 line right here. Is that making sense to you guys? So when I'm above the 50 line, I'm waiting for pullbacks near here for entry. When I'm below, I'm looking for pullbacks here for the sell. Clicking, hopefully. Yes. Thank you, Natasha. I appreciate you. All right. So these are the things I want to make sure as I'm going through and I'm explaining it, it's landing for y'all. All right. Now these are higher areas of, of viewing it on obviously on a weekly and stuff like that. And for some people, they're like, okay, well, Kurt, what about right here when it broke out and came running back down? Would you be looking for a buy right here? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, no. Because I know these areas here aren't any sign for me to be just automatically buying the moment I get above. This is the first break above. I know this isn't going to sustain. I know whenever I get that first break above, it usually comes running back down. It's just to test the zone and then pull back. And then we break above and make higher highs. Great. Now I'm going to start thinking about opportunities for buys. Yes, because the risk to reward is there. But that first break, absolutely not. Second break, a lot better. Next higher high, because I didn't make a higher high here. Once it's made a higher high and it pulls back and I'm near my 50, this was a great area for an opportunity. All right. Same thing over here. Price breaking down. We're in a bear market now. No, I'm not looking for this as the first area. It just broke back above. It's the first breakdown and a big move back up. No, I don't want to take a sale right away. I want to see what I'm looking at first before I do something like that. I want structure to be in alignment. All right. It says, what's divergence indicator? Is the specifically? You said, what is the divergence indicator specifically? Okay. So it basically gauges strength in the market. Like I was saying earlier, it lets me know when the strength in the market is changing. Okay. The chart will tell you get a high, a low, and a higher high, right? But the divergence indicator is saying a high, a low, and a lower high, right? It's diverging from what the actual market is telling you from what the actual strength is. So notice here, I got a low point and a low point, a high point and a high point, right? Price kind of flatlines and another high point and a high point, right? A low point and a low point. It's matching what I got on the chart, right? Big run up, and then I get a high point here, a little bit of a pullback, but I get another move up, and it makes higher highs. This didn't go higher. All right, move this trend line out the way. This high here where it says bear didn't move higher. All right. Which one I mean is that? Oh, it's just divergence, right? You go over here, type in divergence, right? Right here, I believe you can get this one here. I think it's RSI divergence you can get as well. Yeah, if you get the RSI divergence one, it's the same thing. It's not that hard. It's literally like, I'll put it up so you can see what I mean. It's the same thing. All right. You can just change the settings if you'd like. Let me see. I think my settings may be a little bit different. Inputs. Yeah, 14, 5, 5, and 5. All right. And then this one here. What are the settings on this one? Yeah, that's just 5 and 14. Let me see if it's a better version for you guys. RSI divergence, RSI indicator. Yeah, that one's better. That one's better. So this one here is a lot better. All right, so y'all go back. Let me go back for you guys. All right, so yeah, this one here that just says RSI divergence indicator that has no name next to it is the default one that comes with TradingView. That's the best one for you. Yeah, use that one. Don't take the first one with all of that. The next one below it is basically, you see it's the same exact thing. You just got to come in here and change this up. And the only thing you're going to be changing more than likely, all right, is when you go to style. The only thing that I got rid of the, let me see here, where is it? Background, where's that background thing at? Middle line. No, I need the middle line. So we get rid of this, we get rid of this, and we get rid of background. And in that middle line, we're going to just make that super thick, and we're going to change it to white. There you go. That's all. Everything else, you can leave it alone. You ain't got to really do too much, nothing else, and you'll get what you're looking for. I just cut all of my extra stuff off on mine. All right. Thank you for asking, too, by the way, because I know some of you guys are new and probably have no idea what I was talking about when I was breaking this thing down. Like, how does he get that on his chart? I can't find it. My bad, fam. I be going so fast. But like, yeah. Hopefully this is clicking for you guys, and you got everything I got on mine. All right, looking good. You got smooth. All right, can you show us the exact one? All right, sweet, sweet. But yeah, this one here, the RSI divergence indicator, the one that has nothing on it, should be the one you guys should have. All right, sweet, sweet. All right, it says 4 hour. 4 hour what? 4 hour energy. Let me see. But yeah, no, everything else is good. You don't have to change anything else. Like once you scroll down and you get down here to where it says middle line, overbought, oversold, you're just gonna click those off because you don't need them at the time. All you need is that 50. That 50 line is the one that's gonna really help you stay on the right track when it comes to your momentum and your strength. And you'll start to see it. And you want to use this mainly on higher time frames, like the weekly. Okay. Yeah, no. It's built for higher time frames. I mean, you might see me go down to lower time frames because I'm giving you guys examples on the chart, but I'm not utilizing this as much on lower time frames at all. Like you can see if I go down to like the 4 hour, it's a lot more noise, and I don't need it for that. I'm not utilizing it for that. Like the higher the time frame, the stronger the structure. If I go to like a monthly, you guys can see like this is pretty, straightforward stuff. Like once this thing starts to break down, it only really gives you like these small little dips below the 50. And you can see here, I'm not getting that clean opportunity I would love to have down here at these levels. When I go to that weekly, I'm getting a lot of good information on the weekly. Makes sense? So it's like it's certain indicators you only want to utilize on certain time frames. All right. Since I usually stick with fibs and 4 hour. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Flora. Fibs work on any time frame. That's universal. That has nothing to do with time frames. Fibs are just. That's why I lean on Fibonacci so much because you can utilize it literally on a minute chart. They're that good, but it's just most indicators aren't that good unless you start changing settings on the tool every time frame you go to, and that's just too much. It's just too much. I like to keep things very, very simple. Let's see here. It says that 50 seems similar to Tyrone's DeLorean TDI stationary 50. Yeah, I mean the 50 is pretty much the same on a lot of indicators. Like on the RSI, it's the same. On the divergence, it's the same. You can utilize the 50 on like a MSI. You can utilize the 50. I mean, the 50 line is usually that median mark where the market wants to come back to to neutral, right? And we need that neutral on indicators so we know when the momentum is shifting. So most healthy indicators have a 50 line that is stationary, like the TDI that Tyrone uses. See, I know a lot of like the D-Lo family, like y'all lean on like that and I'm like, it is, but it's the rules. Like if you're gonna use an indicator, it helps to have a strong 50 on a strong time frame, like a weekly or a daily or something of that nature. But I usually don't go any lower than the weekly when it comes to utilizing the divergence indicator. And it gives me just enough information to run off of when I get to certain areas, right? So in this instance, I'm seeing what's going on right now with Bitcoin, and I'm thinking to myself, we're headed up to a zone that's pretty interesting, right? I told you guys already with my fibs, right? We got our trend line from high point, low point, lower high, and price just ran down. So my trend line goes right up there, right? And you can see when price hit my trend line, slow down, slow down, slow down, big breakout to the upside, right? Which is great. But now that price is breaking my trend line and making a move to the upside, I have to use my fib from this last high down to my lowest low here. And even with this, you'll notice this is falling right in my area of interest. All right, right there. And I want to keep that relevant moving forward. And also, I have an area here, 50% 618 zone of potential sell pressure as well right here. So there's two areas of interest that we got to keep an eye out for. Okay. Now, what I like to do is when I got this kind of data, I want to go to lower time frames just to see, right? Maybe go down to a daily to see if I can min-max this area we're in right now and this area we got up here. And I'll show you what I mean when I say min-max. So inside of this zone, I could drag this thing all the way over and you can see what I'm talking about here. All right. What areas inside of this zone do I have to work with where the big imbalances start and stop? Okay. There's an engulfing here engulfing here, engulfing here, engulfing here. So like in the middles of these areas, there are some zones you want to keep an eye out on. Like this was an engulfing here that came down, price tested, pulled back above, big engulfing here that left the zone, one here. So moving forward, I want to see, yep, right here, we tested the level, see it bounced off of it, bounced off of it. We got here, tested, and then finally big drop below. So moving over here, I want to see how price is going to react if and when we get back to these zones. And you see what I'm saying? Do you see how I went left to find out where the imbalance was inside the area? And I'm already seeing, okay, this is the zone. Price is either going to break above this and get above here, or we're going to reject and start moving back down. And it might just hold here within the zone until Wednesday when we get Jerome talking. All right, same thing up here at the top, right? I got an area that is pretty interesting. I want to make sure I'm keeping an eye out on it. All right, now, almost the same thing. All right, looking left, bit of an engulfing here. Price came back and retested it. Slide this over. Like I'm just looking for the imbalances. This is one here, right there. Price came that level, broke back down again. This was a nice one right there. So yeah, let me do that. Right there was a zone where price was testing the zones, testing, big engulfing, broke back down, ran back up. Area had a tough time, tough time. I just like seeing big candles respond to these lines. That's all I really want to see. So if price does come back up, I want to see how it reacts right inside of that zone. Possibly, yes, Albert, we may see a drop off based on what Jerome says. Now, if Jerome, because we talked about this last week on Thursday, when I told you guys Jerome could potentially pause rates again because they like what they're seeing and they want to continue to see what they're seeing, right? I know we're not getting a rate cut. That would be just stupid, right? And everybody says, oh, I want to get a rate cut. Oh, we need a rate cut. If we get a rate cut, everything's going to jump out the gym. It would be way worse than you could ever imagine if we got a rate cut right now. Like, real estate prices would go crazy. Yeah, the reverse market, exactly. Reverse market crash could definitely be in the cards if we see a rate cut right now. Like, it would be horrible. Like, you would see the market go crazy. Hey, what's going on, Julie? So, if we saw a rate cut right now, it would be really rough. Really, really rough. So that Patrick Bet-David video was awesome. Man, fire. And I like sharing stuff like that with you guys so you don't feel like it's just Kurt hiding all the sauce and acting like it's him. I'm not trying to flex on nobody. I'm going to tell you, hey, I heard this over here. Y'all should go check that out. It was pretty lit, right? Because I want y'all to be able to find sources of information that you can utilize as well. Because it's deeper than just me trying to look smart, right? I don't like that. Like, I don't like that whole, like, yeah, it's me, guys. You got to only look at me. Like, nah. Hey, you need to look at this dude. He's saying something pretty interesting, all right? Because I feel like people get to this thing where it's like, I'm gonna keep it all to myself, and I'm gonna be the central hub of information. I'm like, I like blockchain. It's decentralized. Go check it out, right? Like those dudes are pretty good, all right. See, I always watch the videos after class and then down the rabbit hole. Yeah, man, you gotta go look. Always look smart because Kurt shares info. I want y'all to look smart. I want y'all to be smart. All right. Like it's not about coming in here and just giving y'all fluff and hype and telling y'all crypto's the best thing since pants with pockets. Throw everything at it. Like that's silly. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? If you know the climate right now is be patient, get in the market, get out the market, get in the market, get out the market. Don't force it. When it's time, we'll take advantage of the situation. But that's just the thing. Let it be the time. Right? It's not a one-size-fit-all thing right now. Like, you got to know when it's time to shift gears for certain situations. Like, right now, we just in coasting mode, right? We just on the freeway coasting. And nobody's putting their pedal to the metal right now. And most folks who are putting their pedal to the metal, they get wrecked, right? They just swerving right off the road into the dirt. And I'm like, why would you slam on the gas right now? That's silly. We're literally just curving around the bend here, waiting for that straightaway. And then we just, boom, bull run. Great. We know what to do in that situation. But right now, patience. Patience pays, man. So I'm looking at these levels. I'm excited to see where we're headed from here. Yes, we're in a zone. We may see some selling pressure. Do I think we're going to get a crazy jump out this area in the next few days? Not unless Jerome says something wild. Now, I believe there may be a chance we get another rate hike. If we get another rate hike, that bad boy's coming down because the dollar index is for sure in a position where it can run hot. Just being honest with you guys. I drew this harmonic out for you guys as well. And yes, we're covering harmonics tonight because we've been going mindset crazy. All right. I drew this harmonic out for you guys because I wanted to make sure that you guys are keeping an eye on the levels in the market. And for us, we're actually in a zone. We've already touched the zone where this harmonic is working like it's as intended. If we had a major sell-off from here and we did see a rate cut would push this market down, will push the dollar down. If the dollar drops, assets are going to jump out the gym. All right. It says this is complex. Are you doing a course on this soon? What part of it? What part of it is complex? Let me know, because I want to know if I'm going too fast. Because I hate to leave people behind when I'm explaining stuff. Like all you need to really know in this instance, what I'm explaining right now, is the dollar pretty much does the opposite most of the time, not all the time. The dollar does the opposite of assets, right? So if we got Bitcoin, asset, real estate, asset, stocks, assets, right? It's really all about making sure that you're watching this dollar to see how this moves, because everybody's getting out of assets and getting back into the dollar. All right. Says, man, I wish the recordings were still there so everyone can see how similar this is. I'm feeling a little deja vu-ish. Yeah, it's bro, it's literally doesn't like to repeat itself, but it definitely rhymes. And I keep telling people, like, this bull run may be the one to end all bull runs. Like, this really may be the one that just, if you don't get in on this one and take advantage of it, you're gonna lose out on it. No, he's talking about the old recordings from like 2-3 years ago, and I would just be talking to y'all and kicking it with y'all. Cause it's just, I'm really pretty much saying some of the same stuff at the same time. All right. Can we bring back question of the day, Kurt? I remember question of the day. Oh man. Yeah, question of the day was good. I forgot all about question of the day. You know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I gotta figure out a way to do that, but we're gonna do that. I'm gonna give you guys like an area to drop it in there, and I'll just pick one or something like that. Question of the day was good, man, because we don't have moderators anymore. So I gotta like go through and do it again. I gotta figure it out. We'll work that out though. I may choose new moderators because a lot of you guys have been here. So like Tasha, Tasha's always been here. I may end up asking her to be a moderator or something like that. And that way, if you guys got questions, you can like aim them through certain people in the chat, and that we can do it. She can pick a question of the day and then drop it in there or something like that. Because I know when people have a good attendance, I can actually bring you up to the front and let you run the show, and people can kind of like funnel things through you, and then I can get it as well. And usually I like to make women the moderators because ain't nobody about to talk crazy to no ladies in my chat. So it makes it easier for me, because I know sometimes if I make like Stormchild the moderator, they can be like, shut up, Stormchild. I'm like, bro, it'd be a whole thing. So yeah, it's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. Let's see here. I thought they were banned. Nah. I think I was the only one that had a moderator. Like, so the mods were crucial to my success last run. Facts, big facts. I think Kurt's the only one who had moderator. Yeah, like I took it so serious, man. Like I still do, but like when I was like really getting y'all ready for the bull run, like I needed people to know like the moderators had your back in the chat. Like they were like really getting people together. I really did have an army. Like it was funny too. Like when I go to events, I had the 3 moderators would be with me. So it was Chrissy Pips, it was Alana, and it was Princess Dayla. And I got 3 women walking in front of me with like the little, and they didn't have like the COVID mask. They had like the whole visor over them. So they looked like Cobra Commandos in front of me. Everybody was like, you got these women all dressed. They in all black. I felt like T'Challa. I was like out there with the Dorja Milaje. I'm out there like, what's good? Like, no, it wasn't no pimp stuff. It was just gangster. They was just out in front of me making sure wasn't nobody gonna ask me nothing wild. It was a whole thing. Like, man, I felt like the Princess Zamunda and the Prince of Wakanda all at the same time. It was a whole thing. See here, says we love our Chrissy Pips. Dayla says helped many, and Alana. Oh yeah, look, Alana's out here traveling the world right now. Still doing her thing in crypto. Like Alana be on stages and stuff. She get booked for conferences. Like she's a big deal in the crypto space now. I'm proud of all of them, man. Like they all went off and did their own thing. And the thing is, like I don't expect people to stay where they are. I want them to elevate. So when they said I think I'm gonna get ready to go, do something different. I'm like, no, go do it. Like definitely go do it. Like if you feel like you're being called to go do something different, like I'm not gonna be like, no, we need you in the chat. Like man, you better go get that bag. Anybody about to play around with you? See here, yeah, Manny helped a lot of people too. He did. He definitely. He still does. See here. Says you and Mike in LA. Man, it was a whole vibe. It was a whole vibe. All right, fam. So yeah, we can definitely do that. Man, question of the day was fun. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I'll reach out to a few of you guys. I can reach out to Natasha on IG or something like that. And my Facebook is acting crazy. You told me I was banned for 7 days for doing something. I'm like, I don't even post. What did I do? Like Facebook just be tripping, bro. Like I checked it today. I tried to like inbox my cousin, and it was like your account's been restricted for 6 days. I'm like, for not posting? Like Facebook? What are we doing? And it doesn't even let you like appeal anything. It's just like, no, we just decided. We rolled the dice and was like, boom, shut them down. I'm like, I didn't make a post in like a week. What are we doing here? And the last post I made was me saying I'm grateful for the journey. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. So yeah, IG will be where I'll probably more likely be talking. I contemplate all the time like shutting down that Facebook thing. Like it's so annoying. Like Facebook just from the scammers and all the weird stuff. Social media in general just got weird at this point. Like it's just not a fun thing anymore. See here. You're not getting enough people addicted to Facebook. That's why I had a post on my Facebook that went viral last month. Like I got 70,000 likes on a post about Deion Sanders, and then they just banned my page today. I'm like, what are we doing? Like it's weird. It's weird. Like I literally went viral. Not for crypto. I just made a post about Deion hugging one of his players, and they got like 70,000 likes and 70,000 like comments, or not comments, but just likes. And I'm sitting here like how does that happen? And then you ban me for like not posting afterward. It's weird. Let's see here. Are you actually on Pip Talk? Yeah, I'm on Pip Talk. I just don't use it a lot. Let's see. We could probably do something on Pip Talk too, like actually make a question of the day post, and then after that you guys go in and then put in your question of the day, and I go and check it live on here, and we can probably go through a couple of them. That might actually work out too. Yeah. Just speaking of parachains. Nobody said anything about parachains. Up here. Oh, parachains cause of the mods. Oh, they did up there. Okay. Speaking of parachains, we got our dot back for Akala. And actually have to go into Akala app to swap it out. Yep. It's giving us dot for the bridge for Akala, dot returning your wallet. Yep. Yeah, nah, they messing with me. They messing with me. But it's all good. All right, fam. So we're gonna get ready to wrap it up here. I'm gonna get my content together. I thought I had my stuff open. I'm gonna get my content together for tonight, because we're gonna be doing our mindset stuff with a little bit of a lot more harmonics, and I'll be kicking it with you guys on that tonight. All right, but yes, everything is moving forward. Everything's looking good. Super excited about where we're headed right now with the market. I know Jerome's gonna do some things this week, so it's definitely gonna be interesting. I can't wait to drink this. And for the most part, guys, like everything's pretty much just chill, man. Like don't feel like you gotta force it. I'm gonna keep working on that indicator I was telling you guys about, keep refining it, and eventually I'll release it to you guys. Probably I'll release it to you guys like, if not tomorrow, if not Wednesday, then Thursday. More than likely we can kick it about it, and that way you guys can have it. But I don't want to keep giving you guys indicators, because honestly the divergence one is really all you need right now. Honestly, I can just keep showing you guys the one I'm working on, and then we can go from there, because like having too much of this stuff, it just puts Tweety birds over your head. You get confused. I'd rather have something where you guys can just look at it, gauge it, see the strength, feel confident about it, and make your moves. All right, that's really what I want to do, because when you understand the one on the weekly for the divergence, it gets easier after that. It's not a whole lot of heavy lifting. All right, fam. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you guys later on this evening. We're going to be doing our mindset call at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Same channel, different time. All right, family. Love you guys. And as usual, and as always, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the gains will come. I'm out. And, oh yeah, Good night, everybody. Stay blessed, family. Love you guys. Get this bag. Let's go. Let's go.